Intriguing matchups abound in Championship 9-ball, and today that is certainly the case. Two great players, two distinctly different resumes. A billiards legend, Johnny Archer, 10-time Player of the Year, with a spot in the Hall of Fame all but assured. Rob Saez, talented and tough, he is ferociously in search of his first major title. Only one will move on and chase this week's title as the UPA Tour moves closer to crowning its champion in Southern California. It's the Dragon Promotions U.S. Pro Tour Championship. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Southern California. Glad you're with us today for a very exciting matchup. Mitch Lawrence joined today by the Rocket, Rodney Morris. Rocket, how you doing?
Fine. Happy to be here in Southern California. Sunny sunshine.
I'm glad you're here. I know you'd rather be playing, but that's not the case today. You know what it means to win this prestigious event. You're the defending champion here at the Pro Tour Championship, former U.S. Open champion. These kind of events, big-time events, usually bring out the best, and we've got two great players today, Johnny Archer and Rob Saez.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny Archer, what can you say about him? He's, player of the decade in the 90s, my team captain for Team USA. The guy is just incredible. He's the epitome of focus and determination.
Who has the edge here, Johnny for having beaten him, or Rob for having lost once, maybe with a little extra?
I think, for myself, when I get beat by somebody, it gives me, more fire for the next match. And when I beat somebody, I usually have a tendency to let down. So it's going to take all Johnny's concentration to not take this guy lightly because he beat him already. And I think Rob's going to come out with a lot of fire, and Johnny's going to see a different guy.
Okay, an interesting matchup. Let's get to it right now. So, Rodney, Johnny Archer on the left, Rob Saez on the right.
Mr. Saez wins the leg.
And Robbie has the break in the opening rack. As we said, both of these players tremendously talented. Johnny's done it all. Rob wants this one badly. I know he's ready to try to tackle it and get his first major title. He will have the break. And from above, we'll get a look as Carmine Sardo racks those balls.
Yeah, the also important leg in this alternate break format. I mean, you're going to get the last break no matter what on the hill. So this is very important that Rob got the first break because he will get the last if it goes hill-hill.
A good point. A lot of people just think, well, you lag and then somebody has the first break. But if we go 13 racks, then this is going to be a big, big deal. So let's see what Rob Saez can do. Big break.
Oh, he hit him good. He hit him square. But like these tables have been all week, they've been breaking pretty tight, pretty tough.
Ball on the break for Robbie. He's getting a look at the one.
Well, he's going to play safe, lag the one behind those balls there, and leave the cue ball right behind there, just like that.
So Johnny will come to the table after that safety. We'll quickly give you the rules of this game. It's a race to 7 to move on. They will alternate the break. It will be cue ball fouls only, and there'll be a 30-second shot clock on the players with one extension. Most familiar figures in the history of the game. Johnny Archer, the Scorpion from Georgia.
It's a simple one rail kick here. Oh, looks like he can see the edge of that ball. That was a great shot. Now Rob's going to have to kick at this ball.
Right back at you. And Rodney, you and I talked obviously earlier about it. People very used to seeing Johnny Archer and probably not so used to seeing Rob Saez. This is a very tough, gritty, tested player.
Yeah, I've been house pro at Capone's Billiards in Spring Hill, Florida with Rob for the last 2 years, and we practice with each other, play all the time, so I know exactly what he's capable of. And the guy's a tremendous talent. Looks like he left Johnny a difficult shot on the one here. He might have barely just enough room to go here and hit that ball.
Little jockeying for position here in the opening rack. One of these players going home and the other one will move on here at the U.S. Pro Tour Championship.
That was a great shot. He had no choice but to go into those balls. You got to watch out for the scratch here. He'll be all right.
He'll be okay.
Very
2 balls on that shot for Johnny.
That was tough just making that ball.
And I think, Rodney, what we have to look for in this match is, will Rob be under control nerves-wise? Is this so important that he kind of lets it get away a little bit? Will he be able to just stay focused? We know Johnny usually is capable of staying focused as he needs to be.
Yeah, Johnny's experience is definitely going to show over here. And the key in the alternate break format, what a lot of people don't realize, is if you break serve, that's very, very important, because you're winning on the other guy's break, and then it's your break. So you got the chance of potentially keeping your guy in the chair for 2 racks, and that means a lot when somebody's sitting down for 10 minutes. It's very hard to get loose, you know, when you're sitting down all the time.
Always tough to me. It's such a tough part of the game, is that you're totally incapable of doing anything while your opponent's just doing stuff right in front of your eyes.
It's a helpless feeling. And it looks like that's what's going to happen here.
Doesn't look like any trouble for Johnny Archer in this one. And again, this is what you want. Rob Saez had the break in the opening rack. As Rodney said, Johnny can take care of this. He'll have the break in rack 2. Chance to extend it, and in a short race, that can be big. There is not much this man has not done. This title very important to him, though.
Yeah, I don't think Johnny has won this event here. So it's I mean, he's won pretty much everything you can imagine, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, I know Johnny very well, and I'm pretty sure he has that in the back of his mind. He uses that as fire, anything he can get.
And here is what you can say about veteran players, that they get comfortable quickly at a table. They understand the importance of really getting in there and doing the job you need to do, not making any mistakes. And a daunting task lays ahead for Rob Saez, as Johnny Archer looks like he's going to take care of this opening rack. And there it is. The Scorpion stinging first. Here in Southern California, Rob Saez finds himself down by a rack. We'd like to thank some of our terrific sponsors here at the Normandy Casino. Simonis for the fantastic cloth, Brunswick Billiards, beautiful Metro table, OzoneBilliards.com. All of them, again, thanks to them. Johnny Archer coming to the table, leading Rob Saez 1-0 in a race to 7 to see who stays alive at the Dragon Promotions U.S. Pro Tour Championship. We are at the historic Normandy Casino in Gardena, California. Terrific spot, up close and personal. The fans can really get close to the action. Mitch Lawrence and the Rocket, Rodney Morris, the defending U.S. Pro Tour champion. That reign, I'm sorry to say, Rodney, will end fairly soon, but I think you're still the champ until somebody actually gets the title, which we're a few matches away from.
Yeah, Johnny hit a good break here and does not look like he has a shot. And that is how the roles go in this game.
Well, nothing. We'll see what Rob can do here.
No, Johnny actually
Johnny
the ball.
He did pocket a ball.
And that corner ball goes in so fast that sometimes it's hard to see when they break it.
Keep my eyes peeled.
Because the one ball is situated right in front of the pocket, I think Johnny's going to elect to kick at it anyway. He's probably going to go right into this rail here. Excuse me. Right into this rail down here and come back up and hit the one. The one ball right there.
Beautiful work, Rodney. Art was not your major in school.
He hit a good shot. See, he just played a safe shot there and just send the one up table and let Rob deal with the difficulty. That was a great shot.
Good shot. Especially at the beginning of a rack, sometimes so difficult. But Johnny doing the work he needed to do there, and it's a tough one for Rob Saez.
Rob looks real focused. He's going to play a safety here. Try to hide him behind this pink 4 ball down here. That was a great shot.
Good shot
right
back.
there. Very good.
And I think, Rodney, really important for Rob to establish that he's here to play, that he is, we said, a tough competitor, but I think he needs to really let Johnny know he's in for a match right now. No loose mistakes, no, you know, in that first opening rack, there was that safety that Rob had played wasn't quite up to the standards he wanted, and Johnny took that rack.
Yeah, I think it's you know, this is his time right now in the beginning. If you let him know that you're here and you're not going to just give up, you know, it means a lot. The guy has some work to do. Tell you what,
Good
Johnny,
hit on the
great
one.
shot there.
Yeah,
Okay, this is Rob's chance now.
this is what he wanted to see.
Yeah.
He will try to take advantage and get this rack on Johnny's break. Originally from Connecticut, now living in Spring Hill in Florida. Rob takes his extension. Remember, they get one per rack of 30 seconds.
Yeah, the shot clock, people think 30 seconds is a lot of time, but it comes up quick when you're trying to study.
Watch out.
Tell you what, he hit that
Good.
as good as you can hit it.
Nice. How about this one, Rodney?
I think he's going to shoot the 3 in the corner here, and then the cue ball is going to hit this rail here and come out and shoot the 4 down there. Oh, we decided to go backwards and pound it. That was a very,
Wow.
very, I mean, that's a confident stroke right
I
there, if
guess.
you're hitting it like that.
Obviously a shot Rob's worked a lot on. Let's show it to you as our tip of the day. Keep your eyes on where Rob is going to contact the cue ball. Right there, bottom right. Hitting it firmly on the bottom will draw the cue ball back away from the 3. That 9 that was precariously in the middle of the table. The spin will send it beautifully 3 rails. Perfect shape on the 4. And Rodney, I think that says a little something about Rob Saez right now.
I think he's trying to make a statement here. Yeah,
And you know,
he's
Rob is
confident.
one of those players. I know you know this, Rodney. You guys are pretty close. Both work a lot of work out at Capone's down in Florida, and just being out on tour and playing against each other, spending time together. But Rob is a really interesting story to me. Watch out! No,
you see, that's-
and no. Those are the kind of mistakes we were talking about, Rodney.
Yes, it was. I mean, you can't give a, you know, good player in this spot, you know, free games like that. All it does is build their confidence, and it drains you. And that was just a careless error. I mean, that side pocket, you know, you have to do that, you know, not even come anywhere near that
Right.
pocket. Well, that was the first mental error there.
And sometimes just the pressure of wanting a tournament badly and then having to come up against the player of Johnny Archer's stature, you know, it's a lot. You got to really, really center yourself. And I know Rob is a very confident player when he gets his game going. The question is just to hang now. Because as you said, giving ball in hand on the 6 to a 10-time player of the year usually means that that rack is pretty much done. And this 9 gives Johnny Archer now a 2-rack lead over Rob Saez, the 10-time player of the year doing his business here in Southern California. We've had a fantastic week here at the historic Normandy Casino, not just the only original Southern California card club, but home to a Vegas-style entertainment showroom. And if you like eating, wow, this is the place. Fabulous array of continental, Mideastern, and Asian food. The Normandy Casino has it all. So Rob Saez now at the table, down by 2 racks quickly to Johnny Archer. Here in Southern California, outside of Los Angeles, at the Normandy Casino in Gardena. Dragon Promotions U.S. Pro Tour Championship. Mitch Lawrence and Rodney Morris watching the action. How about this one, Rodney?
Yeah, and then what comes after that? You come up dry on the break
Nothing.
after you miss. So it starts. Here's where it starts compounding.
And like I was saying earlier, Rob gets a benefit of sitting down for a few games, and all that is doing is just taking all his energy, all his confidence.
He had made a couple of good shots in rack 2, and then a big mistake. The foul gave Johnny Archer ball in hand on the 6, and that rack was history. And now Johnny trying to extend it to 3 racks. A short race, 7 games. We'll send one of these players on. 3 players left out of all that came to Southern California this week, trying to get a very difficult title to get. That of the champion of the U.S. Pro Tour Championship. Any trouble here for Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny's gotten difficult. I mean, he can shoot this too, the speed that he wants to make it and shoot it hard, but then he's got the 6 and the 7 coming up here he's got to deal with. So he's got to make sure he stays somewhere on that side of the table so he can get a shot on the 3. Exactly what I was talking about. That ball was there right in his way. He might have got lucky and got a shot.
Past it, yep.
Mm-hmm. And that's where that shot clock came in. You know, he didn't have time to really concentrate on what he wanted to do, so he had to make sure he didn't extend on his shot clock. So
now you tend to be a player who plays fairly quickly, Rodney, so the shot clock might not affect you as much as some other players. Johnny sometimes likes to take his time over shot.
Yeah, Johnny's one of the more deliberate players, and you know, and that's why he doesn't make the simple, you know, careless mistakes.
Takes care of that 3. Looking good for Johnny and not so good for Rob right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing for the position for the combination. Well, that's what he did. He's going to shoot the 5-8.
What's interesting is just that little nudge there to the 5 moved it a hair out of line, instead of it being a little more straight in combination. Make it tougher on him?
Yeah, because the cue ball is going to stay somewhere down on that side, on the rail there. But the 5 is going to come up on this side here. So that's difficult. He's got to play position on 2 balls now, the cue ball and the 5 ball. See, he got a good shot there. Yeah, very good. That's a little drama for an instant there.
A little dance of the balls down there by the corner pocket. Again, we go back to what you said. Rob is just sitting there, and all he can do is, this has all been Johnny so far. Rob Saez with just a few shots so far in this match, and that is not the beginning that he wanted. Those of you just joining us in a double elimination format, Johnny beat Rob once 11-5, and Rob did some great work to get back to this point and have another crack at him. And I think, Rodney, when you do that and you fight hard to keep going and you get another chance, you really want to try to take advantage of it.
Yeah, you know, I've watched Johnny for so many years that I know he cannot make a mistake or just give him a game. I mean, it's so hard to beat the guy without giving him a game, playing perfect. So if you're giving him a game, I mean, he's virtually unbeatable.
Johnny Archer. 3 racks in the books now. Rob Saez trailing by 3.
Number 3.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in rack 4. Johnny Archer coming to the table. His attempt at a safety after Rob left him safe came up just a little bit short. You see the 1 glance off the 7. And so Rob Saez will come to the table. Tries to make the 1, plays a 2-way shot. See the 1 jar a little bit, but this leaves Johnny with a tough decision to make. Even if he can hit the 1, he would probably leave Rob with a shot. And so the Scorpion wisely decides to tie up the 3 and the 4. Rob's attempt at a safety less than he would like, as you will see, leaving Johnny Archer a shot on the 4 and an easy run to the 9. And that gave Johnny a commanding 4-0 lead. Rob Saez, a lot of work to do here in Southern California, down by 4 racks in a race to 7 at 4-0 against Johnny Archer. And that will not help his cause.
Yeah, see, that's an example of being down 4-0, trying to do too much. Because he came up dry on the break in the last one.
Ball in hand, and he won the table for Mr. Archer.
He was just trying to do too much right there, and that's what happens.
Nothing on the break and ball in hand for Johnny Archer, which obviously gives you a whole lot better chance of taking care of your rack.
Similar to a boxing match where, you know, one guy's getting you out of your game plan, and then you start pressing. You know, it's like it's not
right,
you.
Leaving
You don't,
yourself open, yeah.
Yeah. Johnny has to negotiate the 1 to the 2. So there's these balls here that are giving him trouble. Because if he can get by these balls, then he'll have a shot on the 2. But that's what he's worrying about now. He might elect to shoot the 1 here, and then he can send the cue ball past the 4 here. But I don't know if he wants to worry, you know, mess with that. That was a good shot there. Just gotta get off the rail here.
A little bit of a bump. And this has been Johnny Archer's world today. So far,
well, Johnny left himself in a bad spot here. He tried to come off the rail, but he ended up short. Now he's got a real tough shot here. He's got to get back up here for this 4. Yeah, that 2 ball he shot, that's what made him. But when things are rolling, they're rolling, because he didn't leave Rob anything even close to easy.
On these tables in here, I really love the way they play because they're tight. But when you're shooting balls down the rail, you got to be real careful of using a lot of draw because it'll bobble the balls.
Down 4-0. This shot right here is like.
boy, sometimes it just goes this way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time when you're winning, this is what happens. Rob might not even go for this ball. He might play safe. Yeah.
Same thing, trying to get back for the 4.
Yeah, that 4 is in a bad spot. Rob might have got away with it. Johnny might play a safety here too now. It's amazing, just that 4 ball being on that end rail there and made a couple shots very difficult.
Finally, Johnny says enough. I'm playing safe.
He didn't get there. He left them open. But this is no
still tough,
gimme.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the way these. I mean, these pockets are, and they're tightened up. They're playing beautiful. Nothing's easy on this table.
Look at that. Close.
Yeah, he was playing a two-way
shot.
Yep. Good shot there. Now Johnny, because of that error, position error, he is in a big disadvantage this game now.
And that's the kind of little bauble we talk about sometimes. And of course, Rob has to take advantage of it and get a chance to take advantage of it.
There it is. There's a chance right now.
And as a player, Rodney, it's got to be difficult when things have not been going your way. I know Rob is a tough player. He's you know, gone through some hardship in his life. He's really fought hard to get to the position he's in today. And I said earlier that he's really, as far as I'm concerned, one of my favorite stories out here. He's somebody who came back from some circumstances that weren't the greatest and has really turned his life around and is very focused, very committed to what he's doing right now. And so I know he's not going anywhere. It's not like he's saying, okay, Johnny, it's yours.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot of heart, this kid. Yeah. He knows what it takes to win. He just got to, you know, winning because of habit. You know, once he starts winning, then you'll see Rob win a lot more.
And I am convinced that we will see a lot more of him as he's got 3 balls left on the table. I want to mention, you get a look from above. But this terrific playing equipment, Metro Edition tournament table by Brunswick, Super Aramis Pro balls, Simonis 860 cloth on that Metro, and the Sarto M5000 tight rack in use. And we thank those terrific sponsors for helping us bring you the best players in the world, as always. And this is exactly what Rob Saez needed.
Yeah, he makes this here. He'll be down 4-1. Only bad thing is Johnny will be breaking, so he's got to hope something happens.
All right, well, all he can do is what he just did, which is get a chance and take advantage. And for the first time today, Rob Saez on the board. Here in Southern California, Johnny Archer, the Scorpion, up 4-1 against Rob Saez, raced to 7 to stay alive in the Dragon Promotions U.S. Pro Tour Championship. We're at the historic Normandy Casino in Gardena, California. Opened in 1947, 60 years ago. The only original card club still existing in Southern California. We're glad we're here. We're glad you're with us. Johnny Archer, very happy to be here now, 4-1. Wants to keep that lead going. Mitch Lawrence on the Rocket. Rodney Morris alongside.
Oh, and there's an opening for another opening for
Rob.
Rob.
We talked, before about how things can suddenly change a little bit. It was all Johnny, and now Rob with a chance and ball in hand.
Yeah, and the key was Rob ran out the last rack. I mean, if he just gave up, things can't change. You have to go ahead and take it when somebody gives you a chance. And here it is. This is his opportunity now.
One went in on the break also, so he'll be playing the 2. And you can sense it just a little bit. These guys are great players, and there's a look of a champion there. Both of them focused now. I think at the beginning of the match there's a little bit of kind of back and forth what's going to happen, but Rob cannot afford any more mistakes. That's really the bottom line here. I think he's got to take every opportunity.
He's going to end up shooting a 5-ball up here in that pocket, and once he does that, the rack is done. This is the only shot he's got to come with on this table right here. I mean, he ended up in the worst spot he could be. But if he makes this, then that's pretty much the game. He has a choice here. He can actually come to this rail and come back out, or he can elect to come on this rail here and come back out. So, but either one, the pocketing the ball is the most important thing right now.
That just a hair of a position error there, though? Made that shot a lot tougher?
That's a mental error. That's not going behind the ball and looking exactly where you want to go. And that's what happens.
That's the result, yep. I mean, that might look like a fairly easy shot because it seems you just got to hit it down the rail into the pocket, but boy.
The position on the 6 is what made it tough. And that's the inexperience from not coming behind and looking where you want it to be.
And that is huge. I said you can't make that kind of mistake just when things were turning around for Rob. Instead now, Johnny back at the table.
Johnny got a little bit of position error here also. So some nerves here showing in a minute. It's getting towards the end of the match, and you can see these guys are fighting real hard.
I don't, a lot of the time, Rodney, I don't think people really get a full sense of how difficult it is to make it through a full week and get down to the final 4 players in an event. The kind of matches, long matches, tough matches, just grinding and grinding and grinding, and the mental toughness. Forget the physical act of just going down over pool shots, but the mental toughness you have to get down to this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the final 4 in a pro event, with all the best players in the world in it, I mean, you're mentally and physically drained by the time you're playing. So whoever has a mental, tenacity, I mean, they're doing very well to get here.
Two balls left, and he will have that 4-rack lead in hand again. Goes the 8. That ball moves toward the rail.
He made it a little more difficult than he'd like here.
It's just little things like that, Rodney. Both players just kind of letting it drift a little bit.
I mean, the difference between this ball being on the rail here and being 3 inches off the rail is night and day.
Takes care of it.
But that's Johnny Archer.
That was a big shot there. Does not want to let Rob back in it. Johnny Archer leading by 4 racks. Due to time constraints, we'll move ahead in rack 7. Rob Saez needing something to happen now. A good break, solid break. But the story of this match comes up dry. Frustration starting to set in now as he realizes Johnny Archer will have a shot on the 1 and a run to the 8. Leaves himself a little bit of a testy shot. Tight pockets. Takes his time and finishes this rack off. And in so doing, gets to the hill. 6-1, Johnny Archer. And there we see Carmine Sardo putting those balls inside the M5000 Sardo tight rack, as he will be doing all day. We thank Carmine, his brother Lou, for all their support this week of the U.S. Pro Tour Championship. An appreciative crowd here in Gardena, California, just outside of Los Angeles. Tremendous talent at work all week as the UPA Tour came to town. 6-1, Johnny Archer on the hill now in a race to 7. And Johnny, this is the way it's been going for Rob the whole time, Rodney. 6-1 and the break in rack 8.
Yeah, Johnny's ready to take it off. I can see it in his eyes. He scratched the last break, but I think this one he'll make sure he don't scratch.
Doing a little house cleaning.
You see right in the back of Johnny Archer was Frank Alvarez, president of the UPA Tour, men's professional ranking tour in the United States. Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to scratch in that one. Very good. Oh, he got a bad kiss there. Now he's got some difficulty. He might have to bank this 1 cross side. But where the 2's laying, see this, he's got to bank the 1 across here, but he's got to somehow find a way to hold the cue ball for this 2 ball, because the 2 ball only goes in this pocket here. He's looking at playing a safety or just getting behind the 2. He's gonna be trying to get the cue ball down here somewhere. Ooh, he missed it. But once again,
close,
Rob's looking at the rail. That's just the way it goes sometimes.
And if you're Rob Saez, you got to keep saying to yourself, okay, just keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. And it might not be, Rodney, about this match today. It might be about making a statement to Johnny that, okay, you might have gotten me today, but I'm still around. I'll see you at the next tournament.
Yeah, exactly. And there he did. He executed a great safety. So, you know, he's just gonna fight. And, you know, for myself, I always learn that even though you're just about to lose a match or it doesn't look good, I always tell myself, finish strong. That way you have something to carry over to the next time you play or the next match.
And it's a good point, because as it looks right now, Johnny Archer gets to play another day, another match, or more.
Wow, what a shot. That's a great
Safety
shot.
right back at you. This definitely worth a second look. A beautiful 2-rail kick safe by Johnny Archer. You'll notice that by hitting the 1 ball firmly and full, he stunned the cue ball, kept it near the bottom rail, and the 1 takes off, creating distance between the balls. Rob Saez with his work cut out for him, Rodney.
Rob has to go all the way down table, this rail, and hit the 1. So, and he's a great kicker, so he'll be fine.
Kick shots, you want to kick and safe. You got to kick and safe. That's the easiest way. You don't want to go for it. You want to kick and safe, and you might win.
Just what happens afterwards, you know, depends on where the ball rolls. And knew he was going to hit it.
Shot.
Oh, he got away with it, too. Very good. Great
Nice.
shot. I think he might have left him a window right in between here. He might have left him right in the window right in between there. We'll see. The way this match has been going, it's like, if it's not in a shot, something's wrong. Uh-oh, we got a bad roll there.
All right, let's see if Rob sits up a little taller in his seat right now.
Looks like Johnny, all he can do is go over the 8. Just jump right over it and hit the 2. I don't know if he has a rail to go to. He's looking to go by the 3. He's going to masse around the ball. Oh, yeah, he was in a bad spot there.
That was bad.
I'm surprised he didn't get his jump cue out.
Saez just keep on here.
That's just a player's option, though, right? I mean, sometimes feeling like I'd rather obviously try the messe and
It's always easy to say he should have afterwards.
and also from up here compared to being down there. But
I'm
now
playing
Rob
pretty good
Saez,
from up here,
Yeah,
actually,
you're
by the
playing
way.
great. I was going to say you pretty much called everything right, except for one shot that I remember. But ball in hand for Rob now. And again, we go back to what we were saying. Make a statement, finish strong. Rob's real name, Hector, a Rob Saez Jr., named after his father, Hector. I know he sends him good wishes. Very close to his father.
He's he always goes to visit, you know. Wish I could say that about me.
What, did he wish that he could come to visit you?
Rob's got a good heart. I know him for a long time, and he's come a long way too. The
Yep.
guy's tremendous talent. He'll be around for a long time. And by the way, this is his second tournament in a row of this event that he's on the semifinals.
Yep.
So he's and it's not by accident. The guy's a great player.
Finished third last year and lost to who, Rodney?
Yes, he did.
Who
You got it
knocked him
right.
out? Who
That was a
knocked
good
him out?
answer.
That would be you. On
Yes.
your way to the championship.
Yes. So maybe the same thing might happen too. You know, Rob's going to lose to the eventual champion. I mean, that's not going to be nothing to
know that.
lose face about. You know.
Well, that'd be interesting if that happens. But right now, all that's important for Rob Saez is that 9. Second rack on the board for Rob, still trailing by 4, but still alive. We'd like to thank some of our terrific sponsors here at the Normandy Casino. Simonis for the fantastic cloth, Brunswick Billiards, beautiful Metro table, OzoneBilliards.com. All of them, again, thanks to them. Rob Saez still trailing by 4 racks at 2-6, but with the break in rack 9. And wants that 1 to drift, and how about that?
No shot on
No
the
shot
two.
on the 2.
I think he'll elect to push out here. And the key for people watching at home that play good pool or want to play good pool, a good rule of thumb: when you're pushing out, try to push out to a safety, but try to push out to a safety that you can imagine and your opponent can't. That's the trick with pushing out. Everybody can imagine a shot, but if you can push out to some kind of trick that your opponent might not know, it's a good move there.
I'm amazed you just gave up that secret.
What are you gonna do?
You're a nice guy, though.
I'm ready to retire. You know, I'm over the hill. So
I'm going to write all these down then, because you're going to start coming with them. There is indeed the push out.
Mr. Archer has the option.
yeah, I mean, but this is pretty elementary here. But it's still, when you leave in distance and you got a 9-foot safety, anything can happen. Test Johnny's young eyes here. He actually left him a shot. The way Johnny's playing, up 6-2, I'm shooting at this ball to win the match.
And that's the
I'm
beauty
going
of
for
having
it.
a lead.
Cut this ball right in this corner here. You might actually come back up table and get a shot on the 3 in this corner here. I think he is going to go for it. Johnny's a shooter. He might run into that 6-9 also. Yeah. Well, the strategy paid off. Rob shooting again, but unfortunately the 8 ball is blocking the pocket. So he's going to have to play another safety. Might send the cue ball back here, behind this ball here. Did he hit it? Yeah, he got a pretty good shot there.
I think it's covering a little piece of it. Back and forth we go. Here in Gardena, California. the Normandy Casino. Opened 60 years ago this week. They've been terrific to us all week. Thank everybody here. Outside of Los Angeles. Easy to get to. Johnny Archer wants that too to be tough to get to for Rob Saez.
If he can get by that 8 ball, he can kick at it. Yeah, good shot. Careful, don't make it though. Well, he left Johnny a shot to win the match, I think.
And trust me, Johnny wants to end this now. He doesn't want to let this go on any longer. You got open shots and a chance to make them. 3 and the 4 down at the end of the table where the 2 is.
I don't think he has it. He's jumping the ball. He's going airborne.
Wow.
He's going
You know what,
airborne,
from that
folks.
angle, that's true. All right, so not as easy as it looked at first.
I mean, and this shot right here, the length that he has to go all the way across the table, and the tightness of these pockets, you got to figure he's.
So you're
he's
saying no?
Yeah, you got to figure he's 30%. 3 out of 7, he'll make this. Yeah. That was a very difficult shot, but he had to go for it. But once again,
This is
he
gonna be
left.
tough for Rob.
This is a tough shot here. And that's the way the ball rolls. It's a difficult shot. He has to worry about the scratch.
Yeah.
No good.
Just been one of those days for Rob. It seems like just kind of a muddy quagmire. You know, you can't really get your footing. Got a couple on the board, but Johnny on the hill at 6-2.
I like to say sometimes the pool gods aren't letting you win. That was a great shot
That is a
there.
confident stroke by Johnny Archer right there. Doesn't look like anything too tough on the table. Any problem areas? Well, let's see. A little bit straight in. Just where he wants to be.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any trouble here. It's like stop, stop, stop.
Rodney was starting to sing there. I kind of. Go ahead. I'm game as you are, pal.
Same song that I think of when I'm watching my opponent run out. That's what I'm singing to myself. I'm singing. And now the end is near. Shoot the 6 ball in the side pocket. The cue ball's gonna hit the rail and come back up. Make sure you get an angle so you can come back across for the 8. Perfect.
Got it.
Very good. Now he has a choice here. He can either come back across the rail here, or he can just hit it soft and just let the ball roll from here to here. It's like that. And come one rail, come behind the 9, and it's over. I don't like to count chickens before they hatch, but
Go ahead, start counting.
Yeah, I can go. I mean, I hear her singing already. Johnny Archer does it again.
How many times have we said that? Johnny Archer dispatches Rob Saez
Winner John
And
Archer.
a disappointing Rob
give a hand to Robbie
Saez, we
Saez,
know.
please. Spring Hill, Florida. Robbie.
Fourth place
Good
finish
tournament
here in
player. Fourth place.
Gardena this week. And a great week it
He'll
is.
be
He'll
back
bounce
shortly.
back from this, I'm sure. But Johnny Archer moves on. Now it's time for a super shot of the match, and it's not always about great offensive shots. Here's Johnny Archer showing you why a kick safe is a must-have in any pool player's arsenal. Keep your eyes on the one, the cluster of balls at the rail. Perfect. Time now to go down on the floor, and with a word from both of these great players, our own Charlie Williams. Charlie?
Rob, you had a great tournament. I mean, you could have did a little better at the end, but you had an unfortunate scratch there towards the beginning of the match and kind of turned things around, and Johnny got momentum. So tell us about that scratch.
I had no idea it was coming. I didn't even picture it. Never thought it was gonna on that angle. It's kind of steep, and the chances aren't likely to be scratching on the side. But I believe it changed the whole match around.
Well, Johnny, you're like you said, you're a tough grinder. You always get there to the end. You're hard to stop. So tell us, what's your secret, and why? How come it's so hard to stop you at these tournaments?
Well, there's no secret. It's just, you know, today I was very fortunate. Rob didn't play his best game. Like you said, the unfortunate scratch kind of turned the momentum around, and when you play a race to 7, it doesn't take long. And so, you know, I put a lot of time in. I've been practicing a lot the last 2 or 3 years, and I think, you know, whenever, you know, I grind a lot. So, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I just try to put every effort into every shot.
All right, well, good luck to you in the semifinals. Back to you, Mitch.
Thank you, Charlie. Let's take a look at our updated road to the finals. You will see Johnny Archer will face Mika Immonen and Francisco Bustamante Django waiting in the hot seat. One of those 3 will be your champion. Thanks to Robert Turner, the Miller family, everybody at the Normandy Casino. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Rodney Morris, I'm Mitch Lawrence. So long from Southern California.